This is the Black Panther Agents of Wakanda issue number 7 review. If you didn't read this book, then it wasn't made for you. That, of course, is an inside joke between me and my subscribers who watched that previous video I posted about Brie Larson and her It Wasn't Made For You. Very excluding of white men. Thank you to Casey for replying to me in the comment section, challenging me and not agreeing with me. That's the way we grow. I'd rather have everyone who disagree. If you disagree with me at any point in this video, please bring it. We begin with Gorilla Man. He's got some vibranium earbud plugs in his ear. Wicked. The noise cancellation being utilized in that way, that's someone who's thinking right now. So the reason also was also cool because now it connects what's happening in the Avengers with Jason Aaron. She-Hulk and Thor have training sessions, and so I needed to block out. Great stuff. Then, not so great stuff. He tells the computer, "Oh, this is Gorilla Man." Computer. And then it goes, yeah, that Gorilla Man voice pattern recognized. No, just say what you're going to say. And then it would recognize your voice without having to say, I recognize your voice. Just say it. It recognizes your voice. You didn't have to announce yourself. You could have just went straight to that line. What's our sit rep? And then it would have went, celestial structure intact, but breach is imminent in section 1230. All right, here's what happens. They explain how we got rid of those invaders, those giants who were coming during the War of the Realms, because the celestial that they all live in blasted them. The problem is power went out, and they can't afford to do that now because the prisoners will escape. Firstly, it's great that we're mentioning Avengers 19. That was a heavily Gorilla Man focused issue. It's great that we mentioned other comics. We're actually going to mention Thor issue number 1 later on in this comic. Love when things happen in the Marvel Universe. It just feels like people are working together. I'll give credit to Will Moss for that, who was the editor of that book and this book. Okay. Secondly, what prisoners? I don't remember any prisoners being held here. There must have been a book that I'm missing, and if so, again, I give credit to the editor. Someone, like I said, challenged me in the comment section. Tell me it was in Strike Force, War of the Realms, Dark Elves, where they put these people in jail living inside of the Celestial. Maybe that's where. But I don't remember them ever jailing people in either this book or the Avengers book. Second point about the artwork. This is phenomenal stuff. But the cover had the Black Panther on it, and he never fought dragons in this comic. He was featured in it, but never fought dragons. Also, my boy over there, Fat Cobra, doesn't have his tattoos. Instead, he's naked-chested. And it was not the same cover artist as the interiors. The cover artist was Carlos Pacheco, Annika, and Matt Miller. Matt Miller. I like his colors because he did Ironheart, and I remember him for that. So yeah, very colorful guy. Very colorful guy. David Curiel is another guy who's really colorful. This, I'm picking up Ms. Marvel just because of that little out loud sign. Now, again, my boy Fat Cobra and his chi powers. This guy better be in that movie. The artwork was cool. Like I could literally look at here and oh yeah, you gotta see this. Oh yeah, you gotta see this. Khazar has a vibranium blade. That was the only weapon he would accept as part of this team. And you see this speech bubble, that word balloon over there? I don't know the difference between speech bubble and word balloon. I feel like word balloon is a word I hear from comic book industry people. Speech bubble is what I used to call it maybe 3-4 years ago before I cared about comic books. I always cared about the movies. I'm more of a movie guy than a comic book guy, by the way. When the MCU is off their strike and they're actually doing movies, and then during the Winter Soldier and Falcon show, during that Disney Plus, that's all I'm going to be talking about over here. My point was that it's another story where we can't communicate with people, and I was hoping they wouldn't go that way. Jason Strongbow is going to actually be the one to speak up for me and say, maybe we could communicate. No, they attacked the Avengers Mountain. If they wanted to talk, they wouldn't. The charged in wings ablazing like they did, is what Gorilla Man says. That was an okay explanation. No, it was a good explanation. But then communicating didn't end up working. Let me take that back. I was going to criticize it. There will be times for this book to criticize, and I will show you exactly when that is. Right. Oh, this is the Kimoyo beats. So while Black Panther is up talking to Screwbeard, I would have wished when it said earlier in the comic book that Black Panther is away, Iron Man is away, Thor is away, Captain Marvel, I wish they would have said to us that this happens between the baby star brand story if you're reading Avengers, then I would have been satisfied. They didn't do that. So I don't know why Iron Man, Thor, all of them are away, unfortunately. Okoye is bonding here with Fandral, Hogun, the Warriors 3, the Heroes of Asgard, and Hildegard, the Brave. Unity. That's what this comic book, that's what that picture achieved. And finally, to my point, the Thor birds that debuted on January 1st are in a comic book that came out on March 3rd. The script was being written probably before Jim Zub had the chance to read Donny Cates' book. I believe they do it be 3 months in advance. So, Will Moss, you get credit for that, for uniting these two things. Now that they know, warning, Avengers priority alarm, it's time for these dudes to show up. Now, what I tell you about Fat Cobra? You don't count this man out. I thought that dragon really blew fire and dissolved this guy. No, he can take it. You don't count me out. I'm Fat Cobra, and he breathes fire. Like, how you not like this guy? Better be in that movie, Shang-Chi. How you not like Fat Cobra, man? Brew is gonna be the man in the chair. To borrow a quote from Genki, from Spider-Man's friend in Homecoming, it wasn't Genki. It was Ned Leeds, who is an actual comic book character, I found out. I was reading Amazing Spider-Man 13, I think, where Ned Leeds just shows up. I'm like, wait, you're not Genki. You're not the fat dude. That's a Miles Morales inspiration that they used in the movie. So Brew is the man in the chair, and because this is comic books, he can decipher exactly what these dragons are speaking. And they say traitor. What was the words? They said who you're trying to protect. Theories. I was thinking, oh, it's the Celestial. You see, there was a historic ancient battle between these dragons and the Celestial back when it was still alive. Now it's just a husk of the Avengers headquarters. And I was going there. I'm like, yeah, I figured it out. That wasn't the case. What was the case was it's Fing Fang Foom. What that does for me in this era of instant gratification, this story, this book-long mystery was solved, and I felt I got something out of it. That's a positive experience I had. X-Men with Jonathan Hickman also did that. They kept talking about the Crucible. What could possibly be the Crucible? And then, we found out near the end of the comic what Crucible actually was. But seeing all the characters talk about it and getting the answer feels good. So getting the answer to who it is that this whole attack is about is Fing Fang Foom. That's the prisoner. He said, it's all my fault. I'm a Fing Fang fool. I'll accept all of your theories in the comments section. Last time I remember seeing Fing Fang Foom was issue 1 of Tony Stark Iron Man, the fresh start one from like June of 2018. That's the last time I read him. If you know why he got here, maybe something happened in War of the Realms, but I don't know why he's here. The story is called Legion of Foom. Another pun. Another good one. Another good pun. Let's theorize about why he's a traitor. Why did this guy say, you cannot protect him, release the traitor? I don't know. So again, another good comic. Even though the cover lied and advertised Black Panther. Je m'appelle Chillmonger. Tu es finito. That's Italian, isn't it? I screwed up, man. I screwed up. You know who's Italian, though? Professor Bill from Comic Book University. Here's the podcast I filmed with him and Ernie from Memphis, The Blood Without Fear. Watch that one if you don't want to watch my Brie Larson reaction video. Vladimir.